is me, Ruowen Huang. It has been a while since my last broadcast. So let's hope I can catch up to it. Before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, I want to talk about don't let the sense of entitlement ruin your life. Where does this topic come about is basically from all the interaction I've been having with my family in the past couple of weeks. Many people in our generation were complaining how the younger generation or millennium, and they are no longer millennium, they are Zen, Generation Z, whatever it is. I cannot catch up to it. But how the younger people feel so entitled, like they are not grateful. It actually took me a while to realize this is not just younger generation. We all are. We all are feeling entitled to some degree. At the beginning, or when I was young, I thought that was just the norm. Like, yeah, of course, if I am so-and-so, I'm a girlfriend or something like that, he ought to treat me this way. My parent ought to treat me this way. Since I come from a really broken family, I'm like, why can't I just have a parent just like normal parents or something like that, right? My boss should treat me this way. I have done so much. My wife should treat me this way. My husband should behave certain way, so and so and so. It actually come to this point, I realized the sense of entitlement doesn't just belong to kids. We all have it to a certain degree. The more I get into the psychic journey, I start to realize I'm pretty sure you guys all heard it. Like you heard like gratitude is very important, or you have to be grateful for what you have. You have to appreciate things. Those kind of sensations eventually will lead you to the road of success. Take a lot of digging, take a lot of observation, and I do have to say it is quite true. Unfortunately, the universe will give you things in pair. Things that it seems bad come with something good, right? So with a sense of entitlement is you feel like you ought to have something, or sometimes like even as simple as you feel in your personal perspective, this friends, their family is way better off. So if you somehow take advantage of them, you are entitled for it. Or you justify it. You justify, say, well, because they're better off, they're way better off than I am. Or if you see someone have something better than yours, you're like, oh, it's okay if you lost something. We do some kind of justification. When we have that sense of entitlement, we tend to fall into justification and therefore justify our behavior, even though we, as normal circumstances, know such a behavior is not allowed or such a behavior is not respectful, and yet we would justify ourselves into activate such a behavior just because we feel we are entitled to. Whether that entitlement is truth or false, you will convince yourself it is okay. So entitlement is taking things for granted. Not so taking things for granted. Sometimes you don't really have things happen to you. You just feel you ought to have it, or you own, like, I'm entitled. I'm entitled to have. Nowadays, people tend to do that because honestly, I realize as many people in my generation that go through the periods of tough love. We call tough love. That is, the more they love you, the more they abuse you. I know it doesn't make sense to you guys, but yeah, there are many of your parents probably go through that period. If your parent did go through that period, you will realize they tend to raise you in a so-called love education. They will try to love you. They will try to give you everything they couldn't have as they were a kid. And therefore, since you have it in daily basis or you have it as a norm, you think you are entitled to. One downfall for feeling entitled is you continue feeling it's not enough. Since you always continue giving things, or etc. You're always looking for things that you don't have. Therefore, you're not really appreciating what you already have. You're actually looking for, how come I cannot have such a thing? Why can't I have that? Because those are already a norm for me. And therefore, I wish to have something more. So you will realize the people who most likely success is they don't feel they should be given things. They don't feel you ought to give me. They don't feel that kind of entitlement. They feel everything they want to have, they have to earn it. And then they think about a way how I can earn it. So you would realize, people talking about grit, people talking about success, those things, like you would see this as trends is usually from those people who is not given opportunity or not have a given environment. So they were constantly thinking, well, how can I earn it? Yeah, so what, parent not together? I'm not entitled for it. I guess that's just what it is. They come to the understanding of things, like understand, well, not everybody has it, and then they come to accept it. They also understand, oh, I understand why you are successful. I will not justify it. I will not say, well, therefore I can rip it off and I think it's okay. They will think, well, you work hard for that, and even though I don't see it, but then, in order to be that, I will have to figure out what else I can do. So they will spend more time trying to understand what they can do to reach that point, instead of sitting where they are and justifies why their life is not working out the way they want it to be. Because they might start with such an environment like everything was given, and then therefore they take everything for granted. Therefore they feel so entitled. Well, I should just get that thing that easy. But why do I have to work hard for it? I don't know. So anyway, the reason I want to bring this topic about is realize it's not just kids. Many of us do. Many of us fall into the sense of entitlement, whether it's through friends, between friends, between family, between kids, and things like that. Like, we are so used to be given mercy, given, help, and like given things. Therefore, we are not grateful for what we have. And we all heard it, right? We heard all those successful people sharing that you have to be grateful, you have to, be content of what you have, and things like that. That things kind of go somewhat against the sense of entitlement. So what I'm here to say is encourage you guys. I encourage you guys to take a different perspective of things and look at things in different angle. Look at yourself. Do you feel entitled of things? It doesn't matter it's from family. I feel my family has treated me this way. I feel my boss should treat me this way. I mean, I'm not saying you have to stuck yourself into like a sucks relationship, like the boyfriend who cheated all the time. Okay, you know what? I should not feel entitlement, so I should stay with him. No. By now, I'm hoping you understand everything else. You really have to come to the sense of balance. That is, you understand how to protect yourself. You question yourself whether I'm going to stay with this person or not. But you should not feel entitled for things. Everything in this world, you work hard to make it. Everything requires works. Everything requires. I'm sorry, for me to tell you this. It doesn't just come to you, but anything you want to get in life, you have to work for it. Anything you want to, anywhere you want to reach, you have to work for it. I don't care how you work for it, but you have to work for it. So working, yes, it feels like it's draining, you are suffering, but as I say, everything in the universe comes in pair. So while you working hard through it, you confront your issue, you feel difficult for you to step out and be clear with things, to say what it is that you truly feel. All those hard work is gonna get paid off. right? The less you're gonna do your work, that you feel, oh, they should treat me this way, they should do this way. What end up happening is then you spend most of the time complaining how your life is not working out. And we all know where it's gonna take you. The more you complain about things, the more universe thinks, hey, I think that's exactly what you want. Maybe I should just give you more dose of that, right? So the more you continuously comparing how other people is mistreated you, how other people is always nag at you, how other people is always giving you difficult time, guess that's exactly what the universe is gonna give it to you. So anyway, if many of you notice, hey, I do notice I have the sense of entitlement. Maybe it's time for you to start looking to it and start work it a little bit. You are not entitled to do things in any name. That I notice people do it a lot. You are my mom, so you have to do this way. You are my kid, so you have to treat me this way. They feel so entitled. If you notice that and you look at your life and your life is not working out the way you want it to be, maybe it's time for you to come back and rethink about what it is that I can do in order to make my life happen for me. So anyway, just a little bit personal thought to share with you all. Kind of scattering around, but this is for you, my kids. I do want you to have a successful life, but I hope when you are 30, I don't know when you're going to watch this episode. I hope when you are 30 or 40, you are not feeling your life sucks because the world is not giving it to you. It's because let go of that sense of entitlement that you feel, and then let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the basic. Let's start from the step one. Because anything you want in life, don't expect people to give it to you. Anything you want in life, you work for it. You work for it. Okay? So anyway, since this is English episode, that's a little talk to you, my kids. Just in case one day you watch it. So again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, next time. Bye.